Yo, what is up, everybody on YouTube? This is Matthew Walker, back at you again for some more content. And some of you, if you are, have been watching my videos, you might have realized that it's been about a week or so since I posted something. So sorry for the little delay, but I just recently had my reading week from university, and so I kind of decided just to take the week off. It's not like I wasn't busy because I was actually working on some kind of, I wouldn't call them remasters, but like if a few of you guys are familiar with the title, or sorry, with the video called Mush, basically I made kind of like my own cover album that covered, a list of Rush songs, I think 9 of them in total. And I decided that I thought I could do a better job at Tom Sawyer in Subdivision. So I actually spent that week reworking and redoing Tom Sawyer in Subdivisions. And so now the only thing I have to do is just edit the video's visuals, but all the sounds are there. So I have the soundtracks available. I posted them on my SoundCloud. I might leave a link to that because I don't really have any followers on SoundCloud at all. But I do, post stuff on there, at least, given the kind of what is it, like the total of 3 hours of content you're allowed to upload if you get like the trial version. I don't plan on paying for SoundCloud because I don't produce enough music. I'm not a professional artist in that regard, but I like to make covers as a hobby, and I figured, if maybe some other people in the public can stumble across my content, then maybe I'll get some followers. I don't really know. I just said, why not? If it's available, I'm going to post them on YouTube anyways. So my plan moving forward is that when I get some spare time, I'm going to edit the visuals so that way you guys can not only have the sound of the music, but you can actually have a proper music video. However, in the meantime, I had stumbled across an old compositional video of mine that I posted on Facebook. As you'll see, this was just over a year ago. And the little story about this one, a little backstory, is that for first year university, I know I told you about second year university, my composition course for second year, but I also took a composition course during my first year. And we had a total of 3 assignments that we had to do. And this is my third and final assignment. For the first two, they were a little bit smaller works. I think the first one was just a piano piece that was Skeptical Sevenths that I told you about. That was the first composition assignment I ever did. The second one had to be an electronic work, and so I had to use like Audacity and like use kind of like sound recordings and manipulate the sound. But this is my third and final one, and I thought I would go all out for the third one. Since it's the last final assignment of the course, I thought, plus, I've always really loved the orchestra. I thought it was just, I always really loved band pieces because it's just such an elaborate, big sound that you get from the whole band. I always thought that band music was really cool and enjoyable to listen to. So I wanted to compose some music, for a large scale work such as that. So yeah, this is what I've done. It's not a very, what's the word? Ingenuity is the word I'm looking for, but I don't know how to conjugate the word. It's not a very ingenuitative title, if that is a word. But I figured, this song, it doesn't necessarily have 4 movements, because if you call them movements, I think the material is too short to be classified as a movement. So I called them themes instead. And so there's 4 themes. You can probably just tell when we enter a new theme just based on the fact that the music quality kind of begins to shift and change in terms of how it sounds. And it's very martial sounding. So I figured, okay, a suitable title might be Thematic Suite for Military Band. You'll notice here it says remastered with MuseScore 4 because, it had been 3 years ago since I took first year university. And so at that time, they hadn't made MuseScore 4. I was only using MuseScore 3. And when MuseScore 4 came out, they added new plugins or sound fonts that actually utilize recordings of real-life instruments. And so the new sound fonts sound incredible. They sound so realistic. I said, well, I have to do a remaster. I have to basically just, port this song from MuseScore 3 to MuseScore 4. And when I did that, definitely there was some kind of like issues with volume and dynamics and stuff, so I had to tweak it a little bit, but none of the notes have changed. So it's the same song, just with better plugins and a bit of a volume adjustment. And I probably should have hid this comment. I forgot to do that. But this is my mom. And my mom thought that it sounded amazing. What a makeover. Very cool. So, yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's basically a makeover for a Thematic Suite for Military Band. So yeah, that's basically my 2 cents worth. I recognize that I have been talking for 5 whole minutes. Holy smokes! So I will leave a comment in the comment section, or maybe I'll put it in the description. That's probably a little better, and you can just click ahead and just watch this without my introduction. But if you guys want to hear my introduction, well, you know that I will ramble your ears off for 5.5 minutes. So the option's there if you want to have your ears talked off. Otherwise, yeah, click on the timestamp. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about everything that I have to say for it. Without further ado, let's give her a whirl. I will mute my mic and click play.
Here we go.
Well, there you have it, guys and girls. That was the entirety of Thematic Suite for Military Band. Um, Definitely, there's a couple of little kind of technical things I've noticed with this, since I tried to sort of report this to MuseScore 4. Um, I don't know. You just have like a couple of things where maybe some of those instruments struggle to hit those high notes, and so there's a little bit of like pitch distortion at that part I've noticed. Or there's some things where like the timbre of the instrument like changes depending on what note it plays. So I might have like a nice kind of rough timbre, and then all of a sudden it gets all smooth. It's like no, I wanted the whole line to be rough or the whole line to be smooth. So just some minor little things you might have noticed, especially if you've got a keen ear for music. Um, but yeah, definitely there's a lot of stuff in here, especially with the rhythm that really sounds, like the military, right? And you might have even picked up on this one quotation. A lot of people, da 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 da, when the trumpets come in, just kind of to announce, sort of like a precursor to when we return to the main theme. But you might have noticed that when the main theme returns, it's still slightly altered from the main theme that starts the entire piece. So that I would call that like A prime because that's a little bit different than it's like it's almost the same, but it's slightly different. So you can call them return to main theme like A prime versus A. So just little things like that. But yeah, I think there's a lot of nice moments in there, especially when we get into the second theme where things kind of slow down and you have those nice long lines, with especially the oboe. I really like the oboe sounds. The double reed instruments in this sound phenomenal. The brass sounds pretty phenomenal too. So, I mean, it's definitely way better than it sounded in MuseScore 3. By a long shot. But yeah, there's still some refinement issues. Probably most of it's on my part, but the other, is I think with more updates, as MuseScore 4 updates, they might tweak these kind of minor things as well so that you can really get a good, realistic sound. But yeah, I was so thrilled when MuseScore came up with an update from number 3 to number 4. I just think it's absolutely phenomenal. Love what they're doing, and it's free. You can get like, this whole thing there, because I used to use Finale, and I could only use Finale Notepad, which allowed up to a maximum of 8 voices. But MuseScore 4 you can get for free, and you can do like as many as, I don't know, as many instruments as you want, before your computer crashes, which is like, that's amazing. Especially with the new sound ports, or sorry, sound fonts. Yeah, I marvel at its, its limitlessness. That's the word I was looking for. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I doubt it, but if any of you are interested in listening to what the original sounded like on MuseScore 3 before it had its makeover, I can certainly provide the means for that and make a video just kind of showing you, and you can kind of just compare like, wow, that really did sound like crap. The makeover was much better. I don't know. So if you want, just leave a comment or something to say like, hey, Matt, I would like to see that. But otherwise, yeah, stay tuned for my subdivisions and my Tom Sawyer. I know it's a bit of a spoiler, but I mean, it's not as if you heard it yet, so it's not a complete spoiler, I guess. I will continue to work diligently on that when the opportunity presents itself. Without further ado, this is my longest video I've ever made. Sorry for talking your ear off for the past 5.5 minutes. I promise I will provide a timestamp like I mentioned before. And yeah, I guess that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching, for those who did, and stay tuned for some more videos. All right. This is Matt Walker, signing off. Peace out.